And the news this morning.
50. This
is 950 Ent Radio. Welcome. We are back, baby. This is your boy Freddy M Valoy.
Yo, it's your boy Keem. You already know we in here 950 Ent.
And you know it's your girl Chantal. I'm telling you.
Hey. Yo, there's a lot of stuff that's been going on lately.
It's been madness out here.
Madness.
I'm here for it.
Supposedly Kylie Jenner's self-made.
That's funny. Can we really call her self-made when she's a Kardashian?
Listen, I'm gonna say this much. I think it must be respected, no matter, even if you're born with a silver spoon in your mouth.
Facts.
If you can turn it gold,
because she's richer than her sister.
If you can turn it gold,
that
is something that should be respected. Self-made, I think that's debatable. Because, I mean, from an aspect, you can say she's self-made because she's not a Kardashian.
Who not a Kardashian?
She's not. Her last name is Jenner. She's not a Kardashian. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So, she's a Jenner. At the end of the day, what she's doing has nothing to do with her sisters or any of them. She made a makeup line. My wife buys that makeup. The makeup is high quality. It's good shit.
You know what's...
But without her money, would it have skyrocketed
I feel you on
as
that.
quickly
See,
as it did?
that's where the problem comes.
Without all of that.
That's where the problem comes.
People buying lip kits from somebody who injected their lips. Like, it's like,
That's where the problem comes in on self-made. That's where I got to say, yeah, you're right. Because if she wasn't who she was, she wouldn't have that platform. Because there's a ton of people who probably could have done that if they had the money, and the platform to do it. But I still think she should at least get some credit because that's an achievement.
You should give props when props are due.
Yeah,
I will say that, but I think they're stretching it a little bit. Like, we all like Kardashian, like Kim. She only started because of the sex tape. Granted,
and that's
other
why
people
she's
have
worth
put
what
out
she's
sex
worth.
tapes. So it's like, okay, well,
she's
they
actually
didn't get
worth
that high,
more right now than
she's
her
worth
sister.
$350. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Kim's worth $350.
That's crazy.
She's worth $900.
The craziest part that I seen online, kids of today are wild.
Yeah, no, I know what you're about to say.
They actually made a GoFundMe so she could actually
get to $1 billion. They started donating her money to get to $1 billion.
Kylie Jenner. Yeah,
because she's at 900 and some change. So they started donating her money to try to get her to be the youngest billionaire.
To get the extra $100 million.
She's only 20, right? She's 20 years old, and she's worth $900 million.
That shit, wow, bro.
That is ridiculous.
That shit is wild.
But I mean, that's crazy. But I still, like I said, I think that should be respected. That she took.
Definitely.
There's a lot of people like Donald Trump is one who was person who was born with money and made it more. Elon Musk, the dude who owns Tesla, he was born with money and made it more.
Like when Trump said his father.
Yeah, exactly.
Own $1 million.
A small loan of $1 million.
Yeah. Like what?
I wish I could get that small loan.
Let me get a loan. That's all I need.
But I mean, think about it. If your father gave you $1 million and you turn it into $800 million, are you not a hustler? Do you not deserve respect? Are you supposed to be called a spoon-fed child?
But if he got $1,000, would he make it to $800 million?
Facts.
That's true.
That's a lot of leverage when you have that much
facts,
money.
It is.
You can split it so many different ways and still have things.
Look at Paris Hilton. What did she do with Hilton? Has she done anything? Nothing. She's a fucking failure at life.
That's a good point.
And she's absolutely horrible.
That's a good point.
She could have taken the Hilton to a whole nother level. She could have turned Hilton into an airline.
What's crazy is that Kim actually used to work for her, and now Paris Hilton was working for Kim.
I didn't even think about that. I didn't even think about that. Kim got famous because she hung out with Paris. Yeah. Who's worth more money now?
She didn't just hang out with her.
That's facts, right? She was a fashion designer, right? Like for them. Yeah, stylist. There we go. That's the word I'm looking for.
That goes to show
facts.
That,
I didn't even think about that, right? See? So you can't tell me that doesn't deserve credit. Paris Hilton hasn't done shit.
Yeah,
and she's
the Hilton
an heiress.
hotels aren't even all that. They ain't got no fridge up in there.
They used to be all that. Exactly. That's my point. But they used to be all that, right?
Budget hotel and get more amenities, man.
That's my point. Why she don't have the Hilton jumping? Why she don't have the Hilton popping like it's supposed to be, right?
She did open up a club in Orlando.
That shit is closed.
If I ain't hear about it.
Been closed for a long time.
Long time.
I mean, you know what I mean? So that's why I say that. Okay, I understand that they might be privileged and they have they start on the staircase a little higher than us, but it still should be respected when somebody gets to that height.
It's definitely respected.
I think everybody would have been cool with it if they didn't say that it was like self-made.
Yeah, I think the self-made part is when it gets tricky and then people start talking crazy. You know what I'm saying? So I agree with that.
She makes money just from Instagram posts, so I'm not really concerned about all that.
Facts.
It's more so like I do I do give her props, you know, because that is what she made with the lip kits. I get, you know, it's hard to find a lip liner to match your lipstick. As a woman, I know that.
Exactly.
So that was a smart idea. She didn't do something like regular
she gets good
makeup.
She has good quality
like
stuff.
Like Kim came out with some trash makeup. I mean, it was like Kim tried to take a stab at it, and it was like, no.
That's what I'm saying.
I didn't even know she came out with me. Well, how am I?
I know this because of my wife. You know what I mean? And my wife doesn't wear a lot of makeup. All she wears is lipstick and eyeliner. Let me ask you,
in the girl world, because I don't know nothing about this, is MAC makeup bootleg? Because I seen bootleg Kylie Jenner makeup.
Yeah, I've seen bootleg Kylie Jenner makeup.
You know how like
Wish
website, they try to take people's stuff and make it cheap, so it's cheap quality. MAC is not cheap.
Nah, Mac. Listen, matter of fact, when we went to visit NY, we went to the Mac store with my wife, and we bought. I bought her some. Yeah, that shit was. I spent like 100 and some change, and she got like 3 lipsticks in a small perfume, a small.
I bought a couple brushes.
Lipstick should be $1, bro. It's this big. You know what I'm saying? And they want $25.
Because I remember when I first started doing makeup, and everybody was like Mac.
But I noticed. I'm not gonna front. I noticed the difference on her because my wife does also buy cheap lipstick just to buy at little stores and stuff, and I noticed the difference when she wears the cheap stuff to the good stuff. Honestly, I like the color that, like when she wears that red lipstick from MAC or wherever, I'm like, yo, like, you notice it, like it looks different, and she tells me it feels different.
Noticing the ladies' lipstick. Okay, he notices the quality.
Yeah, no, you can see that. You can see that.
Yeah,
you could definitely see that.
No, facts though. But yeah, so anyways, other things you can notice. Y'all seen Safari get booed?
Oh my God!
I haven't seen that. We're from New York. I don't know who is
y'all from New York. I'm not from New York. I'm born and raised in Florida. You feel me?
What side do you rep more so after seeing that video? You was like, okay, Dykeman went overboard.
You know what it is?
I loved explain to me what happened?
I thought it was fucking hilarious.
You know what it is about Safari? I've been rooting for this guy. People call him a cornball and say what they want.
That's how I feel about him. That's how I just feel like he's super corny.
You know how I know he's a cornball? It ain't even the whole situation with Nicki's when he went on Love and Hip Hop. And people would do anything on a reality show, but it shows that they really stupid. Like, he had somebody in his ear while he was on a date. Ray J, of all people, in his ear, telling him what to say when he was on a date with Nicki.
But
that's when I realized he was a cornball, and I rolled him out. And I don't understand how Nicki was with him for that long.
You wondering why? You to see his fucking anaconda? Guy got a fucking baby on.
Let's be clear. Dick size ain't all of that in a relationship. Okay.
So you won't agree that it at least influence in a relationship?
Of course, sex is
no, but will it not influence a relationship?
Yeah, but it won't keep me with you for years.
It didn't keep up with him forever though. She left him eventually.
It took a minute.
But
she was caught up.
But we don't know why. She was caught up.
No. But thing is, it's weird because I've been rooting for doing it. Another thing about that show, about how they make him look like a cornball, is because the lady that actually runs that show, what's her name?
Another check from Mona Scott. Okay, I had to do it with Cardi.
Mona Scott actually is good friends with Nicki Minaj. So she probably on some they edit a lot of these shows to make Safari look more dumb than he really is.
Really? I believe it though, man. They manipulate everything. But anyways, back to him getting booed at Dykeman. That nigga.
So you just gonna talk over?
I had to eventually change.
Bring it back in. We got to bring it back in.
Let's get that together. First of all, side note, you guys listening in can't see what I'm seeing, but I'm seeing my coworkers with a 950 ENT hat, and I'm trying to figure out why I don't have one.
Because the man who has them is not here today.
Yeah, exactly.
That's why.
And actually ordered some. And it's like, I don't know, it's taking long for T-shirts and all the. It's all right. It's all right.
Yeah, so things have changed.
Yeah,
okay.
Yeah.
My bad. It's been a minute, y'all. I haven't been here. Y'all have not heard.
We used to be real strict.
But yo, let me ask y'all something because I'm from Florida, right? So what exactly is Dykeman? Because when people say that, I notice they say it as if it holds weight.
Dykeman.
So what is it?
Dykeman
is of passage.
It's a place. Every summer we have like a summer league to where we get a lot of.
Like y'all do at the Rucker?
Yeah, exactly.
Gotcha.
And Dykeman is like
because I know about the Rucker. The Rucker hold weight.
The Dykeman is kind of like the new Rucker.
Gotcha.
So
new as far as from how long though? When did it start?
Long 2004, 2003 maybe ish.
Gotcha.
But it's people go to the Dykeman now rather than the Rucker now.
Really?
Nowadays. Yes.
Wow.
So Dykeman, you know why? Because there's more joints out there.
But I've been hearing that name though. I'm not gonna front, and it's associated with basketball usually. And I noticed he was on a basketball court.
Yeah.
So it's like a basketball tournament.
It's a basketball
like
tournament.
Gotcha.
Sometimes people, NBA players go out there and play.
Yeah. I've seen I've seen a couple dudes out there and getting it in.
It's Dykeman, so you're gonna get your nice, beautiful Dominican joints out there. And
where's it at? What part of New York?
Manhattan.
Manhattan. Yeah. That's the rich part. Ain't it? Isn't Manhattan considered rich people?
Huh?
Is it Manhattan considered where the rich people at?
It's Dominican town
over there.
Take
the one train, 205th?
Oh, I don't know.
I thought Manhattan was considered where the rich people at in New York.
No, not that area.
It depends
not
on
that
where
area,
in
though.
Manhattan.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
I
always associated Manhattan with money people because that's what I thought Manhattan was in New York. What happened? We lost.
Chantal got to pee, and she gave me the signal that she got to pee. So she's like, "Can you wrap it up so I can pee?" No, you got to hold it.
Nah, you go ahead. Nah. But anyways, back to Dykeman. So okay,
go Chantal. Just go pee.
Do you think?
We'll be here when you get back. We'll be here when we get back.
But nah, so Dykeman's like the rucker, basically.
Dykeman's like the rucker.
So why did they have Safaree perform at Dykeman?
Because rappers actually go there to perform, like to pretty much.
But is Safaree popping like that? Is my point. Is he jumping like that?
He does have a song. The song he was singing, he does have it out. It's actually on MTV Jams.
Does it get played in a while?
A little bit. It's on rotation here and there.
I feel like it's not probably because of this video. Honestly.
I'm gonna be honest, but people just see through him. People just don't like him.
You got to think though, his background is kind of shaky. Come on, you are Nicki. You're known for being Nicki's man. That's it.
His hype man and.
Like that's all he's known for. You know what I'm saying? Like when you mention Safaree, you're gonna have to mention the fact that he was just Nicki's man, and that's really how he came on.
Facts.
He's done a lot since then. Don't get me wrong.
Yeah, facts.
But like, come on, like.
And the thing is about Safaree too, I noticed is that if you take his songs and picture and listen to Nicki Minaj singing the same thing. It changes the whole song. It's like, ew. If Nicki sang this, it would sound a lot better.
Yeah. No, I feel you.
Coming
That's
from
terrible.
her, it's crazy, man.
But you know what? I feel like that does deserve credit though, and I use that same point when people talk about Drake and other people write for him. But if you hear them spit the same thing that they wrote, you probably wouldn't like it. But when you hear Drake spit it, you like it.
And that's delivery.
Exactly, the delivery, the cadence, and the way you spit is something that should be appreciated. You know what I mean? Just like if me or you went to go host some late night R&B radio show, it wouldn't be that great as if Barry White went to go do that motherfucker and he's in there with that deep ass voice. You know what I'm saying? Like the cadence and the way you deliver things is it's a blessing, man. So I definitely think that's something that should be respected. But writing is also, that should be respected. So From what I seen recently, didn't he get his credit though for writing on some of Nicki's shit? He got some checks in the mail. I think he posted that on IG or something.
Oh, did he?
That he got some checks in the mail for some shit that he wrote.
I didn't even see that.
Yeah. Some old shit or something. It wasn't nothing crazy though.
Yeah.
But yeah,
This is 9:50.
Yeet.
We'll be back.
Yeet.
Not 9:50 ENT Radio.
On the track, boy.
Round we go. If I find a pond that's going down, I drown in reefer smoke. If I fuck around and die, where I go, shit, I don't know. If I fuck around and die, where I go, shit, I don't know. I turn an enemy into a friend of me so I could keep him in front of me. Most of me stressing it, bitch. All the problems I face, it ain't shit but the blend of me. Fuck on my head, fuck on my bread, and you'll forever live under me. My bitch is bad, she gobbled a dick. She probably from Turkey or Hungary. Leaving the fake bitches wondering. Only the real ones can fuck with me. Know that she can't eat enough of me. No dick, she came for the company. Signing to me like some fuckery. Sucking and fucking, I'm licking and sticking. She blow with my boots on the referee. I'm coming, I came, and I really don't know what's left of me. But she looking like she want the rest of me. I got that sauce, that juice, that flame, but act like I don't know the recipe. And if I missed you when I'm passing the Dutchie, don't worry about a thing. Because luckily. Round we go. Round we go. If I fuck around and die with where I go, shit, I don't know. Round we go. Round we go. If I fuck around and die with where I go, shit, I don't know.
Pull up, watch when I pull up. I don't wanna get up, all I wanna do is get a pull up. Cause it's that shit's naive, that will I be, I gotta be the man. Lay it down, tryna get 100 grand. And I'ma give him the recipe, don't wanna give him the best of me. I just wanna give a snippet, second hand in a minute. Clock turning when the shot burning, I'm a rock Tina Turner. She gon' probably get me faded, hit me with the shimmy. But I don't need any sympathy, the bass giving me the energy. You can tell me how you really feel, I'ma tell you what what I really do. I was all up in the balcony with your main chick with a city view. What it's gonna take to get rid of you? A couple of rhymes, a couple of nines from all of my niggas that's stuck in the grind. I'm running the line, you running behind, and it's a difference. City limits, I'ma bring a bridges. Shorty said that she getting tired. I said, you can wait a minute. The finish line and I wanna kick it. I'm a real nigga, this is how I'm living. Round, it's a baseline. All my niggas, we about to get it. Word.
Run it, round we go. Run it, round we go.
Yo, welcome back. This is 950 Ent Radio.
950.
Chantal, you done?
Are you ready?
Done from your break?
You back?
She back. How was that pee break?
Hollywood.
How was the pee break? No, we're gonna bring it back in, yo. What's up with all these rape and all these crazy allegations?
Oh man, listen. Let me say it's a slippery slope to talk about these type of things, but I just want to say that a lot of it I feel like is bullshit, and it's not a good thing. It's really.
All right, I'm out of the loop, so please.
I'm talking about these sexual allegations, like Russell Simmons getting another one, Charlamagne getting a sexualization, and now we got R. Kelly, who I feel like is a nasty sexual person, sexual offender, but he's never been convicted of anything, so it kind of, it's like shit. But apparently they got evidence of this man DMing little boys.
Shut up.
He DM'd.
Not only does he like little girls.
I'm not surprised. 17-year-old.
I'm surprised because it's a boy. So that's disgusting.
I'm gonna read out the DMs for you guys.
Come on, man.
This DM between him and another guy.
So they say,
another boy.
And the blue check is verified. Blue check.
The guy.
Yes, the kid. Let's not say it's a guy. It's a kid. He's 17 years old.
17 years old.
So he's probably a senior in high school, maybe a junior.
So who's verified? The kid?
R. Kelly is verified.
Okay.
The account he got DM'd by has the blue check. It's a verified R. Kelly account.
This is how he starts off the message. You trying to come to my concert? August 7th.
Why the boys?
Why you saying like that,
though? The boys.
Listen,
I can't.
you trying to come out to my concert August 17th in St. Charles, Missouri? I got a spot over there. We can hang out. He said, I could fly you out.
Oh no.
And the guy's like, are you dead ass? I'm not sure. I have to see. That seems kind of far. He's like, you a fine looking boy.
No.
but if
not funny. This is horrible.
But if
you
so,
a fine looking boy.
It'll be fun for my team.
Oh my God.
To make
he can't be that stupid.
Listen. You a fine looking boy. But if it will be fun for my team, we'll make sure you get here and back safe to take
this guy.
Take my number. Guy's like, thanks. Okay.
He said, okay. No.
Would you say okay if R. Kelly DM'd you like that? That he wanted to fly you out and that you was fine? Fred,
bro.
If he told you was fine,
bro,
and he wanted to fly you out, are you going to meet R. Kelly?
Fuck that. If he hooking me up with one of them hoes he be with, maybe.
No, you one of them hoes he be with. That's what he wants you to be. That's what he wants you to be.
Fuck that. Look at the little boy. So.
Oh, come on, man. This is terrible. All right, no, in all seriousness, if that's really R. Kelly, he's fucking sick and disgusting.
Thing is, he has a team that could do that for him.
Oh, it's horrible, man.
He said, you could talk to my team.
Yo, that is horrible.
He can't be that stupid to leave a paper trail.
Yeah,
he probably is, though. Most people are.
He's
honestly
probably drunk, yo.
Oh my goodness.
Then his house got robbed the other day.
Probably
too.
by his own sex slave. They probably was like, yo, we tired of this shit. We taking all your furniture, nigga, all your shit, and we out of here.
Yo, he was mad depressed.
Because they say he got like sex slaves, like he takes young girls in,
but
very,
I heard
very
not
young.
really slaves because they can leave whenever they want to. Like let's be clear. As a girl, and you with R. Kelly,
gotcha.
I'm curious. Like I'm over here thinking about it because I used to be in love with R. Kelly. He was a
talk
sexual
about it.
animal.
He living in a mansion.
So that's what I'm saying. If he DM
and he
me,
might be that,
know.
right? He could be that on. You know what I'm saying?
He might just be real manipulative, and he knows how to say the right things.
I think that's what it. And a pimp, right? That's
the same thing.
That's basically what he is. What it sounds like he is to me is a pimp, right? In every essence of the word, a man who's a slick talking dude. He's got money and he can talk younger women into pretty much anything. You know what I mean? The right woman when he gets his hands on them. But the fact that this is about a boy is disgusting.
I'm not
It just changes everything for me. You know what I mean? Already it's disgusting if you're preying on young girls. Because even girls that are 17, 18, 19, you know what I mean? That's disgusting for you to be preying on them when you're in your 40s. Like, come on, bro.
But,
let's be real.
I'm going to get real with everybody. 17, I was hitting on older men.
You were hitting on older men? Now, why is that?
I was flirting because at 17, I'm like, I was still in that. I feel like I was still in that ugly duckling stage, and I just wanted to see, like,
if you could get an older man to like you.
Do you think I'm attractive? Yeah. You know. So at 17, those girls, they know what they doing. It's R. Kelly. Okay.
I get that. I put that into perspective.
I understand he is a sexual predator.
I understand that. I put that into perspective.
We'll be mad, but it's R. Kelly. It ain't like it's.
But see, I think about that too. That's why I think about all that too, because I say R. Kelly's never been convicted. Right? So if he does have girls who are 18 and 19, barely 18,
what they doing.
They stand in this, you know what I mean? That's what I'm saying. Like, what if they really do just know what they're doing? And y'all might think, we might think it's weird.
Yeah, I say this right here. If he didn't do anything, let's skip all that. He's gonna get his, bro. It's coming. His day is coming.
I hope he does.
With all these allegations,
I feel like he deserves something.
Bro, look at Russell Simmons right now, man.
That's crazy.
But Russell's always been like that. How old was Kamora Lee Simmons when he?
How old was she? I don't know.
He was preying on her young.
Was he?
Also, so
actually, no. I'm sorry. Yeah. I did hear that. I did hear that she attended a dinner with him when she was like 15.
And of course, he hit it probably from a professional
like a business dinner.
But R. Kelly was doing the same thing with Aaliyah.
Aaliyah, they were married. She was 15. They were married.
Listen, Russell, and another thing is that Russell Simmons right now, he's the peaceful, like yoga type or yogi type.
He's always been like. He's always been like that though for a long time.
No, not for a long time, but he hasn't always been like that. Before, he used to be heavy on drugs, heavy on pills back in those days. And there's a lot of stuff that he probably did that he probably doesn't even remember that he did. So he probably
man.
And all that stuff is coming back now on him.
I don't know, man. I got a daughter, and I know that she's not too far from 15. And one of these grown ass men in the industry, listen, that's not happening, bro. I don't want to hear that shit. I'm sorry. 15 years old.
Thing is that a woman that young,
16 years old.
Me as a man, I could tell.
What were you doing at 16, Fred? Not thinking clearly. Not the man you are today.
Hell no.
Not a man that you would want your daughter to date. Yeah. At 16, I my 16-year-old self, I pray God my daughter doesn't find a 16-year-old me.
Me too.
I was hell in the cell. My mentality was terrible.
You know what's crazy?
Men, daughters,
I was actually a good guy at 16. It was when I turned 19 is where I went wild.
I was not a good guy at a young age for no reason either, because my mother raised me right. I don't know what the hell's wrong with me.
My mom
but when I was young, I had issues, man. I didn't think right when it came to women. I felt as if I was superior, and I wasn't right. You know what I'm saying? And I think that's and I say that because I feel like that's how R. Kelly feels, you know, towards women, and I think that's, or he wants to feel that way, so that's why he's continuously mixed up with young people. It's always young people.
He has a history of this shit, man. But
and I feel like when you mess with young people, it's because you want to feel superior. You know what I'm saying? You want that.
It's like a manipulative type of thing.
Yeah, you want to be able to manipulate and be able to, you know, control somebody.
Makes sense. He had little sex slaves and all that.
It's crazy, man. That's horrible. Wild. But it's crazy that he's never been convicted of anything. He's never had any solid proof or any, you know what I mean? Well, let me not say not solid proof because he had a whole video out. But
it was blurry, I guess. It wasn't in HD.
It was blurry, yeah. It wasn't HD quality like we got today, so he got off of that.
Man, that's wild.
So, you know, but that's crazy, man.
But back to Russell Simmons, though, man. Allegedly, he raped this chick back in the days, and this was back in 1991.
This is Russell?
Russell Simmons.
I was born in 1990. I'm 28.
Wow.
So that's crazy.
So it's supposed
27 years ago.
He took this chick. It was a day. Went on a regular day. It was a good day. He took her by the crib and showed her, like, he went to show her the house and like his like a tour of his apartment in New York City. Went in. She said everything was all good. He showed him the tour, and he was just like, let me show you more deeper into the house. Well, yeah. Brought it, don't laugh.
Let me show you my dungeon real quick.
So when
I'm
it
gonna show you my red room.
Yeah. Let me show you the boom boom room real
So
quick.
you did not say the boom boom room.
So when it took her back to the back of the apartment, she said that he just didn't even like. How can you ask that though? But just lifted up her dress and just started just doing what he wanted to do.
You know what I heard though about
her?
Russell Simmons?
That she said that she kept saying no, stop, but he just kept going and kept going.
I heard that Russell Simmons, one of the allegations he has is that a woman had brought her son to Russell Simmons because he was a musician or whatever, and Russell Simmons had brought her into the room and told her, either you gonna let me fuck or I'm gonna fuck your son.
What?
Wait.
Yes. No, listen.
Hold up.
That's what I heard.
Wow.
Russell Simmons.
Listen, I read this shit and they said that she said in the paperwork that he told her, either you gonna let me fuck you or I'm gonna fuck your son.
That's nasty.
Huh?
One of y'all gonna let me crack them cheeks. But yeah.
That's horrible.
I could never, I can't believe anybody saying that, but especially Russell Simmons. I'm like, what?
Bro,
I'm not saying it's not true, but that sounds crazy. No, the facts though. But it's a woman though. It's a woman. If your mother's in a room with Russell Simmons and you the star, and he says that crazy shit, the hell she's supposed to say? You know what I mean? If it's me and you in there, it's a different story. You can uppercut it, nigga. Fuck you mean? You know what I mean? But as a woman, you're like, oh
That's
shit.
That's why we have to teach our daughters to not be put in these situations because they will get taken advantage of, man. You guys, we have to teach our daughters not to be around. Like, even it could be the most. Man, you feel like you can put trust into. You can't put trust in no man. I'm telling you, especially if they're way bigger than you. Man. It's wild, man. Especially when you got drugs and drinks around. Yeah. These men are doing wild stuff nowadays. They taking all these pills. They're not even remembering what they're doing at the end of the day. So when you tell him you raped me yesterday, he probably doesn't even fucking remember.
Nope. Facts. No, that's the truth, man. It's very true.
Man.
From what all these these young kids are taking and what's going on with today's society, man.
We gotta teach our daughters to not be naive.
Nah, we gotta teach our sons too to do better.
That too. Yes.
You know what I mean?
Very
Real talk. I got two sons, and I try to tell my sons and everything to be gentlemen, and that manners will take you places money can't. You know what I'm saying? Real talk, because that's what I was taught. You know what I mean? Coming up, and even still, like I just said, I strayed away from what I was taught growing up. But I came back to it, you know what I mean? I did, because that was always beaten to my head. But there was still a time where I just rebelled, I guess, so to speak. So, but I'm glad that my mother and my father beat that into my head, so that even though I did rebel for a short period, I came back to my roots, because that's what I was always taught. And that's what I was really known. You know what I mean? That's what I really knew. Yeah. So at the end of the day, it's like I was living a certain way, and then I realized, like, wait, this is not what's around me. This is not what I was supposed to be doing. So, I think it's important. Like I said, I got two boys, so I teach them that. And will they stray? Will they do what I did? Probably. And I'll have to deal with it. But I teach them to be gentlemen and you know what I mean?
That's good, man.
And to
put some good
guys try to put some good values in them, because, hey, man, stuff happens. Well, my son might be a dog when he's 15, 16. It might happen, man. Hey, you got to
He'll be a dog, but he'll be a gentleman.
Yeah, I hope so, man. I hope so. Like, I really just hope that, I hope they don't even go through that stage, right? Like, I hope they meet a girl, go through high school with her, get married, like everything is like a movie. But
all I'm saying is, if you're raising a daughter, though, because I understand raising a son, everybody has sons. You got to also put your part, show them to be a respectful man. And when a girl says no, is no. But at the end of the day, like, if you have a daughter, you got to also teach them not to be naive.
No, facts.
Don't put yourself in that situation. You know what I'm saying?
I have two of those too, as you know. So you know what I mean? It goes both ways.
You got 4 kids?
4 kids,
Wow. Because he just keeps going
had a daughter.
on.
Yeah,
Talk
2 and 2. Yeah, I got
a 15-year-old daughter, then 2 sons, and I'm over here like.
No. My daughter's 11. My son is 10. My other son is 6, and then my little baby girl 7 months.
Yeah,
so
he got a handful.
Yeah, I got a handful. Yeah. But I mean, with all that, it's just
as long as you're there. I'm telling you, it'll happen either way. But as long as you're there, because some people that's what people tend to forget. That they need to show up for their kids.
Facts. Just being there. Just being there. A
household where I was raised by 2 women, it's very, very important to be there in your daughter's life, because Honestly, I probably got daddy issues. I ain't even gonna lie about that. Probably do, because I ain't have that father figure in my life. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
And then I've read some books, and they always say, everybody says this, that you end up looking for your father in another man. That's what it comes down to. So that's all that's
You know,
important.
I believe that, though. I do, because you know what's crazy? My father always told me that type of stuff. Like, you know, when you look at a woman, look at her mother. Or you know what I'm saying, look for a woman who will treat you like your mother does, and it's for a reason, because your mother's gonna always treat her son with the utmost care.
Your
like
wife,
you know what I mean?
Her father was in her life.
Yes,
she was not.
And
I'm not gonna say she
had
was
her
difficult,
father.
but she had standards like
yeah, she had her father, and she had a stepfather as well.
See,
that was in her life.
So I bet
she
there was
had
a lot of things you had to show up.
Yeah,
and
exactly.
She ain't take no crap from you. I ain't saying I'm gonna take crap from a dude. But I'm saying it's just gonna take me a little bit longer,
it's a standard,
because I realize that
it's a standard.
Okay, this is what I want, but this is probably not what I should.
But you know what? It's the same thing though, because
accepting.
I seen my mother, and I had a standard for how women should be, because I seen my mother in the way she was. You know what I mean?
But again, that's not always
my
the case.
stepfather, my mother, guess what? My
Some
mother
men
cook.
can be around nothing but women and still not know how to treat
That's
them.
true.
Facts,
Now, I
though.
soaked that
Facts.
all in, because I grew up around all working, hard-working women.
Facts.
So when I see, like, that's what I expect from my woman now. That you got your guys that are ignorant, they're not gonna soak that in, they don't want to learn, and then you got your guys like me and Keem that would be like, we soak that in, we want this. What we see in our mothers, we want to see that in our women, and that's I expect a hard-working, like provide independent woman, because that's all I got. My father.
Yo, we come from a similar, because like obviously your father, you know, wasn't there. Not that he, you know, whatever. Okay, you had your issue.
My father was in prison.
But your father was in prison for a very long time. So it's not that he didn't want to be there. And he wasn't there, but he just couldn't. It should happen. You feel me?
My dad dropped out of high school. Not even high school. What am I talking about? Elementary school, when he was in the 3rd grade.
Wow.
That's crazy.
Yo,
to keep it a buck though, Freddie got the life. Nigga, Freddie's pops was the plug. Yeah. You feel me? Yeah. Freddie got the movie life. Like that nigga life growing up was like a movie. No bullshit. His pops was the plug. His mother was the most loyal to his father. That shit is crazy. The story's lost.
Let me tell you, my mom is not normal. It doesn't even exist in this world, bro. My dad went into prison when I was 5 years old. If my mother ever had a man, between I was 5 years old, to when the time he got out, which when I was 24 when he got out.
Yeah, I remember that, yo. I remember when your pops got out.
I was 24 years old. My dad came out of jail, and let me tell you, that put not having a father figure. Like, I had to teach myself how to be a man, to be honest.
And that's what I think is the hardest. Like, I always thought that being a female and not having a dad, but I had to have my brother there, and he didn't have. Again, he was surrounded by women. Who taught him how to shave and try to go through,
just not even that, like,
and all of that stuff.
I
taught myself how to shave.
So much more.
Thought about that. Like,
I watch my sons; they watch me how you walk.
For a woman to raise a man.
What I did was I grabbed, because my mom. What I did is I grabbed all the father figures I did was actually on TV. So if I seen you all like these rappers,
Uncle Phil?
Right, Uncle Phil type shit, right? Yeah.
That's how I grabbed because I was raised in the Bronx. My mom kept me in the household.
Yeah,
I wasn't allowed to leave the house.
In the street.
I wasn't in the street like that. My mom kept me in the house. Only time I was allowed to leave.
You can't be in the streets out there like that, though.
Only time I was allowed to leave the house is actually when my mom let me go out to buy a bootleg CD.
Or go food shopping.
From the
hit the corner store real quick, get some eggs and bread.
I didn't even do that. My sister did the food shopping.
For real?
Wow.
That's funny.
Youngin.
But she's young. Amy's my age. Amy's young because you're about 2 years older than me. Yeah.
Amy's younger than me. Amy went to do the food shopping. Amy was a little bit more mature than I was. I'm not even going.
But wait, when did y'all move to Florida? You was in what? High school?
Yeah, I was high school.
And she was in middle school then, right?
She was in the middle school.
Yeah, because I think I remember Amy coming to school and we was in like 6th, 7th grade or something like that when she moved out here. I remember that.
Yeah, so
you was like, because I remember you when I got to high school my freshman year, but by then you was already what, a junior or something like that?
Yeah, you facts pretty much.
You about 2 years older than me.
But anyways, so yeah, Amy did the food shopping.
That's crazy. Y'all was young.
Yeah.
Fuck.
And I was only allowed to go out if I was buying a bootleg CD from 161st right in front of the McDonald's with all the fucking junkies. That's where I bought all my CDs, brought them back to the house, and I just kind of like made my own world. Like that's just the way I lived. And then I kind of raised myself, taught myself how to ride a bike. And then my mom.
How was your shaving experience?
Shaving his beard.
Yeah, because you had a beard for a minute. Your friend had a beard in high school, yo.
You know what's good? Because my mom moved me out of the Bronx right when I was going into high school. So she was just like, nah.
Yeah. Finally, it was enough. Right?
Yeah, she was like, he's starting to explore.
Yeah.
He's starting to go his own way. Let me send this boy down to Florida. So she sent me down south to Florida. And at that point is where I had my grandpa, I had my uncle. Who was married in, which was my aunt. Shout out to Pito.
Hey,
he played a good father figure in my life.
Man. That's a good
he
dude.
actually was a barber.
Yeah, so great barber too, making them rocks.
Yeah. So he's the one that actually taught me not how to shave, but I kind of looked at what he did and just kind of like copied. But and that's enough about my life, though.
Nah, we here. This is what we here to talk about.
Like,
my nigga Freddy got the book for life.
I never thought about that, being a female. I never really paid attention to my brother and the struggles that he had growing up.
Because your brother could have been your father figure at the end of the day. Was he older than you or younger than you?
But I think the point is she was saying he didn't have a figure to go by either, so that's tough.
You know what I mean? Like, I'm over here thinking like, oh, well, I wish I had my dad. Like, we have an uncle, but he lives in Virginia. So he come get us every summer, but it was like...
How long you been in Florida?
I moved out here in 2015, so a couple years.
Wow.
Yeah, but I never.
I've been here my whole life.
I've been sleeping on that, and I gotta. My brother, he turned out really well.
Let me ask y'all something real quick. Y'all
yeah,
two New Yorkers.
So I'm happy for him.
Why do people in New York look so angry? Why does nobody I'm from Florida. I grew up where you see somebody, whether you know them or not, you hold the door open, you say hi.
Let me tell you,
you know what I'm saying. You go to New York, everybody is mean mugging. Nobody looks at each other. I was like,
there's only one thing. It's fucking cold.
No, I went in the summertime.
Oh no! But listen, it's not only that, it's wild expensive.
It is
to live a good life. To live a good life out there, you got to be making at least $100,000 or more to live a good life,
a decent life. Nigga, what you mean good?
I was out there,
2-bedroom apartment.
Let me tell you, I was out there making almost $70,000 a year, and I was fucking depressed.
And you single, no kids.
I was in my house,
and I don't say single. He has a girl, but I mean he's not a married man, no kids, and still.
What were you doing making $70,000?
Probably some regular shit. It's normal out there, yo.
No, I need to hear Freddy.
I know a nigga who drive a bus in New York, and he make $100,000 a year. I swear to God on my life.
No,
well, you don't need no car.
I worked for the cable company. I work for NBC basically.
Wow.
So I work for NBC, making wild money, so almost $70,000 a year. They actually laid me off, and they told me we don't have any more work for you, but what we do have for you, we're NBC. People don't realize NBC is actually not even NBC no more. It's Comcast.
Yeah.
So they told me we don't have no more work for you over here in the TV production side of things. So what we're gonna do for you, we're NBC. We have an open platform for. We don't like to lay you guys off. We have other jobs for you. So I ended up going to the cable company. Working, doing sales for a cable company, still making the same amount of money. It was like maybe like $5,000. I was making less than and it was a lot harder too.
Yeah.
Right.
So I was doing more work for almost the same amount of money, but still was almost $70,000 a year. And I was always like broke because I was paying rent,
expensive ass rent, right?
And
you don't get no parking,
none
of that shit, right?
Yo, that crazy. Shit is crazy. I had to move to Jersey, and I moved to Jersey.
That shit is crazy.
I moved to Jersey thinking things were gonna be better. Rent is better. You'll save probably like $500 a month.
Yeah.
But
it's still expensive though.
How much is a one bedroom in Jersey?
$1,500.
Yo, my wife's best friend lives in Jersey, and she was telling me the same exact thing. She pays about $1,700 for like a 2-bedroom, and she said they got no parking. She got to park 5 blocks down the street sometimes.
Let me tell you,
and walk to her house.
I came out here because my homegirl, shout out to Nicole. I met her in college, and she moved out here because she got family. She was bragging all on Facebook, talking about the weather. She was showing me her apartment, all of that. I was like, Florida. Girl, let me come stay with you for a little bit. A little bit turned into 4 months until I moved out on my own.
Turned into
got my own little studio. My studio apartment, $400. Let me tell you, I'm about to move. I'm about to Leesburg, okay?
Oh, okay.
Yeah, that's Leesburg.
I'm about to move into a 2-bedroom, 2-bath with a washer dryer hookup. I got a small little backyard for my baby, my dog, and a dishwasher. Okay, $700 a month.
That's crazy.
And everybody wants to know why I'm not leaving Florida.
That's crazy.
$700.
But that's Leesburg. I got a homeboy that lives in Leesburg. He got a 3-bedroom, 2-bath for $750.
Bro, you can get a house.
He works at my job. He's an AC tech like me.
Yeah,
$750
for like $850 a month.
That's insane.
It's crazy.
And everybody's like, "Oh, why you don't move back to New York?"
I pay almost $1,000.
I like living on my own. I don't want to stay with my grandma.
Really? I thought it was more than that over there where you at. No, you in nice spots over there.
You get a good deal here and there. Cause I got like a move-in special.
Gotcha.
And then they try to up the rent on me because my year expired this year, so they try to up it like another $300. But I went in there, it was just like
$300 for what? Why are they raising rent?
Oh, put it this way, I'm thank God we in the process of buying a house. And our mortgage is about to be $1,400. My mortgage.
That's your mortgage.
That's not bad,
but it's your mortgage.
But that's still
it's going
not
towards
bad.
you.
$1,400.
How many bedrooms? How many bedrooms?
4.
That's what?
I got a lot of kids, man. 4 bedrooms.
That's nice.
We need a lot of space.
Good. I would feel good paying $1,400
for a house
for something that's mine.
Yes.
But I mean, my point is the amount, though. You know what I mean? It's a lot.
Yeah, that's a
But between the two of y'all,
that's a lot, though.
It
is a lot. It is a lot.
Sure, I'm happy, and I'm gonna have a housewarming. Y'all better come and y'all better bring me liquor.
Leesburg Far. Listen.
I'm sorry.
We'll meet you way out there, yo.
But how did I get over here? Don't do me like that.
Shout out to you.
We got you.
Oh, okay.
But listen, I live like 40 minutes from here.
Yeah.
Where do you live?
Deltona.
Oh, yeah. My homegirl that I work with drives from Deltona to Mount Dora. And she said it's about every day she does that.
To Mount Dora? She wildin'. No, I drive to Mount Dora for work. I drive everywhere for work.
It's like 40 minutes, maybe an
hour.
hour.
More than that. She wildin'. She's more
than that.
My
job is like literally across the street from my I can walk that bitch if I want to. You know, one time though, I walked to work and I felt like a straight bum because three people DM me and asked me if I was all right.
Yo,
oh no! I'm like Freddy, I was driving and I saw you, but I didn't stop. But I just want to know if you're okay.
I was so mad. I was like, "Are you serious?"
That's hilarious.
It was a good walk. It was like a 25-minute walk, but what's a 25-minute walk? But
in Florida,
I'm walking.
Are you kidding me? It's hot as hell.
3 people, one of them from high school. So it's just like, oh, I haven't seen this dude since high school. He's seen me walking. He's asking me if I'm all right.
Yeah, you looking terrible right now. Yo, you good, man?
And that's when I came out here with no car. That's when I came out here with no car at first. I was like, motherfucker.
I got my little hoopty the first month I moved out here.
Yeah, you need that car out here in Florida. That's one thing.
98 Ford Taurus. It was definitely a hoopty, but it got me from point A to point B until I blew out that gasket.
Yo, how do y'all do that though? Like, when I tell you I'm serious, when I tell you I'm born and raised here in Florida, I've only moved through Florida. That's it.
Have you seen snow yet?
Never in my life.
You have never seen snow?
You're not missing nothing. Let me tell you.
Yeah, I was about to say the first days when it's the best.
The first
and then
is
after
nice.
that's it.
The first days is magical.
That first dog pee.
But when you gotta go to work in that shit, you gotta scrape that shit off your car.
My brother, who was born in Puerto Rico and then raised in Florida, like myself, he moved to Connecticut 3 years ago, right? And my brother's a nurse. He got a job at a new hospital up there. And so he's been living in Connecticut up north. You know what I'm saying? Snow, all that. 3 years now. He loves it.
Everybody wanted to know.
He thinks it's an experience to him, though. It's an experience to him.
I was thinking about moving back up
blowing the driveway out with your son. You know, blowing out the snow.
He ain't gonna let nobody
doing
talk.
All that. Like
he ain't gonna let nobody talk.
My bad. No, I was just saying, like, everybody, because everybody says
get
that.
To know me.
He's going to get tired of it, but, like, yo, he loves that shit. So it's like, do you really get tired of it? Is it that bad?
When I first moved out to New York, I loved that shit. I was like, I'm back where I am. This is my ambiance. I was loving the vibes. 3 years in, it's cool, it's all right, but I miss Florida at the end of the day. That snow starts hitting. You got to get to work and you have to scrape this snow off your fucking windshield, and you got to shovel your car out. You got to watch for the black snow because your car might swerve into another car.
See, I don't know nothing about that.
I
don't know nothing
about
that.
And I thought about moving back up north because I'm homesick. You know, my grandmother had a health scare this year, and I was like, I need to be able to drive home. She's doing much better now, but
she lives up north though.
Yeah, she's in New York. And I was going to move to Virginia. And then I thought about it. I'm like, I don't want to scrape no snow. I don't want to have to wake up and look at it and see my car buried in snow.
Imagine that, and then you get to work and your boss is asking you, why you late?
I don't know nothing about
Why are you late? Why am I late?
I would get fired because I would cuss them out. Be like, you lucky I'm here.
Y'all know what's funny? And this winter in Florida, this past winter was like the worst winter I've ever seen. It was the coldest it's ever been in my whole life. Yeah, this past winter. No, I'm telling you, yes, it was.
Yo,
we had some 20-degree temperatures.
It was.
Come on
I was
now.
like, hold up, I didn't come down down here for this.
Yo, I'm telling you, it was cold, and my truck, my work van had got a crack on the windshield, all because I was driving behind one of them trucks and a rock hit it. So it was freezing. My windshield's frozen. So I don't know, bro. I'm not used to this. I put the water on the windshield.
Oh shit!
Yo, my whole windshield cracked while it was freezing cold. I didn't know.
Would you do that?
Yo, I didn't know. I'm thinking it's ice. I'm gonna get the water. I'm gonna get it off of water.
When you put water in the freezer?
What you mean? It freezes. It freezes.
Exactly. Oh my God! What would you? Oh,
yo, I cracked the whole windshield to my work truck. Yo, cracked the whole windshield to my work truck. I didn't know.
Been avoided.
I'm like, yo, I need to get the ice off. I'm gonna get some water on this shit. You feel me? Nah, I cracked the whole. I fucked the whole windshield up.
Nah, you gotta go.
Man.
Yeah, man. I didn't know.
Let's take a break, y'all, man.
That's why you need to come from New York down to Florida. You would have known better.
Nah, born and raised. 950.
Yeah. It's too much. It's like they waiting on my downfall, wasting on my energy. It's like they waiting on my downfall, wasting on my energy. Wasting on my downfall, wasting on my energy. Waiting on my downfall, wasting on my energy. It's like they waiting on my downfall, wasting on my energy. Waiting on my downfall, wasting on my energy. My energy.
We back. 950 ENT. We back in the building real quick, you know. We're gonna talk a little sports for you. You know, we always bring a little sports segment in, man. That's what I'm here to do. You feel me? But real quick, man, we're gonna talk some sports. So LaShawn McCoy accused of doing some heinous things. Basically home invading. Basically what he's accused of is whether he played part in as far as actually doing it or setting it up. He is accused of having his ex home invaded, kidnapped, beaten, and robbed of jewelry and money. And when I say his ex, obviously a woman.
Okay, I don't do sports. So who's Sean McCoy?
LaShawn McCoy is a running back. He played for the Philadelphia Eagles. He now plays for the Buffalo Bills. Yes, football.
Okay.
He was the best running back in the NFL for a couple years. He led the league in rushing. He is a star. Like I say, he played for the Philadelphia Eagles and even with the Buffalo Bills. Now he's a really, really good running back. So he's well known as an NFL player. He's like a high-ranking player, and so to be accused of something so serious is pretty crazy.
He's been playing in the league for so long, and his position is so rare.
Yeah, for that length of time.
For that length, he's been playing almost 11 years, right?
And he went and did this and fucked up.
What's up? Allegedly.
Oh, allegedly.
We don't know if he did it, because the thing is this. His girl called the police, and in the 911 call, she immediately says that she feels like she was set up by him because he said, after they broke up, he was like, I'm going to get all my jewelry back that I bought you. You know what I'm saying? Blah, 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 blah.
And she was living in his house still. And they even went through like a court situation where he tried to get her evicted from the house. But, there's a lot of loopholes in that system where she was able to actually stay in the house. So it's kind of that situation. It's like an ex that's in his home that he owns.
But they're not married.
They're not married. It's just his ex, his girlfriend.
Yeah, it's like a girlfriend. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Supposedly his baby's mother, or is that?
That I don't know. I'm not 100% sure on that.
Or he took her kids under his wing or something.
That maybe. I don't know. I don't know if they have a child together.
She's a very beautiful girl, though. Let me tell you, she's very beautiful. But the way, so supposedly he allegedly got someone to go in the house. She says. There was the cops came. There was no forced entry, nothing. So the person went right in. Supposedly he went in there with a key. So
I didn't know that.
That makes it suspicious.
Yeah.
So she's saying her the one that actually put all this news out there was actually her best friend. Her best friend actually put him out there talking about on Twitter, you take steroids. You beat the family dog almost half to death to where the dog.
Oh, no. Okay, I don't like him.
The dog actually didn't die from the beating, but died from the liver being like.
Oh no!
Yeah.
So he died from the beating.
Pretty much died from the beating.
Yeah.
Oh my God! I don't like him.
And and then the lawyer told her to take that down, and she eventually took it down. But he's looking bad right now.
Yeah, it's looking bad, man. I hope it's not true. I really, really, really hope it's not true because
if it's true, oh well. I mean,
if it is true, then he deserves the worst, honestly, because that's terrible.
Because people are put on these platforms, and they feel like they can do no wrong, or they can and get away with it.
You're right.
No, because what happened? What was that last case with Ocho Cinco?
Oh yeah.
When he had butted his wife,
they cut him out. He has not been on a football team since.
No, never.
I'm surprised. What's his name? Is
he actually
back.
played pro soccer?
The dog beater. I mean, the dog fighter. What was
Michael Vick?
Yes.
Let's don't talk about my
dog.
dog. Don't talk about my dog. Hold on now.
Chantal.
Hold on now.
Listen, I have a 4-year-old Yorkie at home.
Chantal is all about dogs.
I got a 95-pound pit bull at home.
Chantal,
I'm gonna talk about Vic. Okay?
Chantal likes dogs more. She likes humans.
Yes. Listen, if you come to my house and say, "Oh, my dog should not be in my bed," then you can get the hell out. Okay?
No, listen, my dog ain't getting on the bed. I love my dog to death. Don't play with my dog. You see my dog?
Yeah.
No, I mean, there's a difference between a 95-pound and a 8-pound.
Yeah,
okay.
Yeah. I grew up with a Yorkie though. My mother loves small dogs, so I grew up with a Yorkie.
We're not gonna put no 95-pound in my bed.
He was everywhere on the beds. He was everywhere. Yeah, because he's small. My dog's 95 pounds. He's not getting on the bed.
But Michael Vick, Ocho Cinco, Sean McCoy. I
actually grew up with
Michael Vick, the GOAT. I
actually grew up with many dogs. Not to take it off topic, but many dogs. It was a point that my grandmother had so many dogs in the backyard that the city came and was like, "You got to give about 3 of them joints." Yeah.
I love your grandma.
We had so many dogs.
I believe it though. No, his grandma is. His grandma's amazing. She's a saint.
There was like, I think it was like at the time there was like 8 grandchildren. Everybody had a dog plus an extra. So it was like they couldn't say no to us.
That's hilarious.
We kept just bringing dogs to the house. Yeah. So it just piled up. Yo, it was crazy. We had Chihuahuas running around with pit bulls. One time, the child got into a fight with the pit bull.
That's funny.
And ended up chomping the Chihuahua all up. And it was a mess. It was
Childs, yo, you know I got the scar on my face. It was a child. Childs are some bad dogs.
Yo, it was
my parents brought me a child when I was young. Nigga tore my face up, so I got this scar now.
Oh, for real?
Yeah,
because their teeth are like razor sharp,
man. And they're mean, yo. They mean, bro. They mean. He tore my face up when I was a kid.
Damn, that's crazy.
What did you do to it?
Yeah, me, I was 3 years old. I didn't do shit. I literally.
He was probably pulling its tail.
Nah, listen. This is my youngest memory that I have. I was 3 years old, and my mother worked at a hospital. She was a nurse. She brought home some like chocolate, and so I had the chocolate, and the dog wanted it, so he had grabbed my chocolate like out the bag. So I started fighting with him for the chocolate. I guess he thought we was playing, you know what I mean? But I was 3 years old, literally 3 years old, 1993, and he bit me in the face, and he tore my whole this whole shit was hanging off. Yeah, like it was hanging off.
Damn.
No, and that was a chow.
Oh, a chow.
Yeah, and so we went to. The crazy thing is this: my mother was at work. She's an RN nurse, right? So my father takes me to the hospital, and my mother's the nurse that did the stitches on my face.
Oh, so she
let me see your face.
Considering she did a good job. You said the skin
I was 3 years old when this happened, man. Yeah, my skin, all this was hanging off, and my mother stitched my face back up.
A chow.
Yeah, and my father almost killed that dog.
No, their teeth are like really razor sharp, and they're like
them fat doggy. No, that's the corgi.
They like
Actually, they kind of look like that. Yeah, they got a lot of hair, kind of like a lion. They honestly look like a lion, but he was all black.
It's crazy because I actually cut the child that my grandmother had actually cut his hair like a lion because they asked me he needs a haircut.
Same thing to that same because that child that bit my face, my father was about to kill it. And my mother said, "No, don't kill him." They ended up giving him to my grandmother and my grandfather. Not really my grandfather, my step grandfather. He raised that dog, so I ended up seeing that dog my entire life, growing up. Yeah.
My motherfucker, you got my
facts though, yo. I ended up, but my grandfather had that dog in check. I'm talking about he raised that dog to yo, if we walked up and snatched the food out of his mouth, he wouldn't do nothing.
Oh, he trained him.
Because my grandfather trained him right. But I grew up my whole life seeing that dog who, did this shit to my face,
You gotta be careful with some of these dogs, man. I remember I had a pit bull, Diamond, man. I never told her how to fight or nothing. One time I tried to grab a bone out her mouth, bro.
Yeah.
Who? And and I used to feed them by hand. They say always feed them by hand. They never bite their hands and feed them. Motherfucker. Yeah. She said,
shit. Bit my ass.
She almost chomped the shit out of me. I put my hand there, and then I kind of like gave her a step, like I stomped on the floor, and like I jumped towards her, and then she was like, okay. Like, yeah, you serious? And I was like, yeah. Like,
what happened to the dog?
Oh no, I was young. I was 15 years old at the time, and
it's sad what we do to these animals.
Yeah,
man.
I was 16, and I couldn't take care of them.
Yeah. I knew that's where this was going. That's why I
wasn't responsible to this day, bro. I regret that.
Your animals are another child. My pit bull is my 5th child. I swear to God on my life. I feed that dog. Mm-hmm. I raise that dog. I take him out. Like, you know what I mean? I raise that dog as my child. You have to watch these. Yeah. Like, you know what I mean? Like, your pet is your child, man. Like, and, you know, as we spoke,
anybody
I got 4
who know
kids.
Me.
So that dog is my 5th child. When I talk
about Eve, that's my baby. I get tagged in all
Eve, why you named the Eve, huh?
Oh, okay, I'm going to tell you. So it's a biblical, obviously. She's the first female dog ever in the family.
Oh,
and also her mother's name is Evie, so I just tried to keep it like that.
I thought you was about to say like Eve, you know, the female rapper from Philly. She held it down. Nah, none of that.
I love Eve, but no.
Eve at the paw prints.
You got the paw print.
I grew up in a biblical home, in a Christian home, so that was really.
Is that why you shave your head, everything, and all that?
No, I got lazy, honestly. I wish I had some deep story about that, but I was just lazy.
I had the only crush on Eve back in the day.
Facts, though.
Yo, I used to love that girl,
Yeah, I did too. I'm not even gonna lie. Eve and
when I found out she had the sex tape with Stevie J from Love and Hip Hop, I was.
You fucking
I never seen that in my life. I've heard about it, but I've never seen it.
Yeah, he's like sticking a dildo in her.
No.
Like he's not even putting his own penis in her. Yeah, he's like sitting there. He's like kissing her in the mouth and putting like a dildo in her.
That's the whole sex tape?
Yeah, it's like very brief. It's like real quick.
Oh,
it's like 2 minutes.
Yeah,
I was a little ass nigga jerking off to that. Yeah.
Eve was a stripper though. They said when Irv Gotti came in.
Her Trina.
Yeah, she was a stripper.
Yeah, her Trina was also a stripper. Who else? Cardi B, of course.
Shout out to Cardi.
So if you want to,
she had the baby Culture with the K.
Culture.
Yo, I just want to say that's dope. Culture is a good name, and then with the K, you know what I mean? Come on.
But I mean, I wasn't expecting it to be normal. I mean, look at her name, look at Hennessy.
That's not bad.
I wasn't expecting it to come out like an Amber or.
But you know, all these stars too, though.
Rachel.
All these stars having, you know, are naming their kids different names.
But it's Cardi, so from the Bronx, that's different.
Well,
but again, her name is what? What's her name again?
Belcalis.
Yeah.
That's a Dominican name, though, honestly. Belcalis is a Dominican name. That's normal.
So Dominican, bro.
It's a normal Dominican female name, honestly. I didn't think nothing crazy when I heard that.
Dominicans are known for butchering names. The thing is, the father be
you would know.
The father could be named Jose, and then the mother be her name could be fucking Eve. They'll name the son or the daughter Daviv or something like that.
That's some crazy shit.
They'll mix it. It's just like, nah, you know.
Shout out to the Dominicanos.
What else?
Oh man, yo, real quick though, since we talking sports, I know we got off the topic because the original topic was sports. LaShawn McCoy and we got Michael Vick, and you know we went way left field. But real quick before we round it out, man, just to talk sports. Boxing tonight, Manny Pacquiao fights Lucas Matisse, so that's a big fight. I want to check that out.
Okay.
WBA championship.
By the time this podcast comes out,
by the time this podcast comes out, we'll know who the winner of that fight was. But you know, check it out, man. It says you know, boxing is on the rise. ESPN.
If you haven't checked it out,
every day,
because people are not hyped about Pacquiao fights nowadays. It's amazing.
Yeah, man. You know, Pacquiao's old now, but he's still fighting, and he's an all-time great. So it's appreciated while he.
So you can watch it on demand.
And he's still fighting big fights too. You know, him fighting Lucas Matisse is a big deal. It's a big fight. So you know, shout out to him in that. And you know, also another thing about sports that I want to mention. NBA free agency.
How about my New York Knicks in the summer league?
Yo, the Knicks in the summer league looking great. They look great in the summer league every year, though.
Watch us in 2020, though. They do. Watch us in 2020, yo. We coming for that ass.
Yo, if you look on the summer league statistics for the last few years, the Knicks are like top dogs. Yeah, but then when you look in the normal regular season, these niggas ain't doing shit.
Yeah, that is true.
Y'all are drafting well, though. It's a good look because that kid y'all got, Kevin Knox.
beast.
Doing his thing.
Beast.
Yeah, no, he's a beast, man. You know, Zach LaVine signed for, I think it was like 2 years or 3 years, 70-something million with the Bulls.
Mm-hmm.
So, you know, that's a good deal for the young kid. I don't think that's a great move for the Bulls, but
I haven't watched basketball.
Give him all that money. Fuck it.
I actually made a strike on basketball after KD went
Yeah, I
to the
remember
Warriors.
you said that like 2 shows ago. Yeah.
This year, I'm actually gonna watch basketball. I think it's gonna be interesting.
It's great.
To say, LeBron done moved.
Yeah, LeBron went to the
Lakers.
Western Conference, so it's a great thing.
We're gonna see a different East.
We'll see new kings in the East. Is
Yeah,
the thing. LeBron's always been the
exactly.
king of the East for the last literally 8 straight finals, right?
Yeah.
But bruh, the
9
Lakers,
straight finals.
Who's all on the Lakers now?
LeBron
Who's
James,
top 5?
Lonzo Ball. You feel me? Shout out to the
top
Ball.
5?
Yes, Lonzo
Really?
Ball. Yes.
Wow, I did not know that.
Lonzo, listen, let me put it this way. Lonzo
Who
Ball,
else?
not top 5. I say he's a top 10 point
I
guard
was
in the
about to say,
league, though.
who is the 5 that will come
They don't
out
have
on the
much.
court?
They
don't
got a
have
very
much.
young team. Very, very young.
didn't
Kyle
make it easy.
Kuzma.
What team is Cousins on?
He's on the Golden State Warriors.
But probably won't be playing until like
He's not gonna play.
spring, summertime.
He's hurt.
Why?
Yeah, he's
Oh,
not
he's
gonna
hurt.
play.
Okay.
Yeah, he's hurt.
He's only there to get a ring for free, and then he's
Pretty
out.
much. He's there to get a ring for free, and
Up
then
and
when
stop.
he does come back, he'll be able to
Because
show
Golden
out.
State just won this last one, right?
Yes.
They did.
yes,
Of course
yes,
they
they
did. See, look at you. You talking about you don't know sports. You know a little something.
I know the end.
You know a little something. You know a
I
little
know the
something.
end. I know the last 2 teams who play, and I just know Cousins because I know a dude who just talked about it.
Okay.
I listen, but
There you
I
go.
couldn't tell you stats.
You don't need stats. Don't worry about that. As long as you listen and you know you good. But yeah, we good to go. 950 ENT
football.
Radio,
Yeah, we good to go.
baby.
We're gonna cut this. We're gonna cut it. We're gonna cut it. We're done.
Yeah, man.
I appreciate
so thanks
everybody.
for tuning in,
Thank
y'all.
you.
It's 950 ENT. It's your girl Chantal, and I am out.
About to
Your boy
go to the
King.
strip club and fill up on some ass, baby.
He going to the strip club. I'm going to watch boxing.
Yeah.
Because my wife listening.
950 ENT Radio, baby. We out.
And cook up some What do you do? How do you usually react when situations get bad? Under pressure, do you crack? Do you cry? Do you fold into a ball when the world puts you down? Do you stay down when you fall? How do you live? How do you live life knowing next? Every choice you ever made is a choice you can't get back. Like when you cheated, when you lied, when you could have died, or when you failed and you head on for your fucking life. Be faithful to me, don't treat me as if we were all the same. We came for the land, we came for the weed, we came for all the fame. Be faithful to me, don't treat me as if this was all the game. And when I'm all alone, I swear I hear them angels say, God got 'em.